jump in and I show you how to use this absolutely awesome weekly planner, let me just chat for a minute about time blocking and what it is. Now, I've got other videos someplace. If you've never learned about that, you can check out one of those videos. But let me first give you the bird's eye view of what time blocking is, and more importantly, how it will help you really save time and be more productive in your business. So let me share my screen. I will jump over here and let me just share this little sheet that I've come up with. So time blocking, what you do is you decide in advance, one, when you are at your optimal point of doing certain types of tasks, and you decide when you want to do them. So instead of looking at your to-do list, it's 20 items long, and you start at the top, you never get to the bottom, or you never get to those most important things. Time blocking takes the different approach. And you first start by basically mapping out the big priorities, the bigger chunks of your business. So if you're a coach, entrepreneur, creative, all of that kind of stuff, then probably a lot of work that you have is client work. So I call that your money-making activities. You are also probably working on different, what I call big rocks or big projects. So you might be revamping your training course, or maybe you're rebuilding your website, or working on your email nurturing sequence. So those are big blocks. And so those big block activities usually take a lot of bandwidth. Now, if you're best in the morning, then I would suggest that you schedule those during those peak times. Other people, they need to wake up, drink some coffee, all of that kind of stuff, or maybe they just can't get their work done until they've taken care of other things. So you know what works best for you. And then in your business, you've got other things that you usually work on every day or at least once a week, and you need to kind of sprinkle them throughout your day. Okay, so let's just say, for instance, I'm going to just copy these little icons. Let's say you've made a decision that you are going to work with clients Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and you're going to do afternoons, and I'm calling it late afternoon. You might have early evenings, whatever it is. And maybe you'll do one mid-morning on Friday. Okay. So what you're doing is you're deciding ahead of time, when am I available for my client work, where you're actually working face to face with your people. Now, your big rock activities, the things that you're working on, you might decide that you're going to work on those on Mondays. So you are going to go all in. Monday is your deep work. You shut off all the distractions and you just work on that. And if you're doing things like creating actual content like your videos or YouTube videos, things like that, then you might be doing some batch creating. So every Monday. So Monday is kind of your deep work day, and then late afternoon or Tuesday morning, whatever works for you, you're going to focus on building out your actual videos and stuff. You have some stuff that you do every single day, but you plan a time. So maybe from 8 to 8:30. Let me get this guy in the right block here. Maybe 8 to 8:30 is when you do your administrative work, and then you might finish up the day by doing a little bit of administrative work. Okay. So do you see how this time blocking is working? And then you might do some marketing, and you might do batch postings. So maybe Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then the other days it's just automatic. Okay. So you get the idea. So that is how you plan your time blocking. The real beauty of time blocking is it prevents that start, stop. What was I working on? Oh, here's something shiny new thing. Let me hop over here. Oh, let me come back. Then I have to kind of re-grease the engine to get started again. Yeah. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So time blocking eliminates a lot of those bottlenecks because you're super focused. Now, it's not to say that maybe week to week you're changing, maybe you're really into a campaign that you're launching. So this month you're doing heavy hitting, deep work. But then next month, maybe you've opened up more slots for your program, your clients. So it can ebb and flow based on your business. But that's like a super high level nutshell of what time blocking does for you. Now, let me show you this super juicy spreadsheet that is going to help you. Now, I do everything by my calendar. So what do I mean by that? If I'm working on a project, I block it off on my calendar. When I get up in the morning, I know exactly what I'm working on. I'm using this philosophy basically of time blocking. Well, let me show you this cool spreadsheet. So I've shrunk it way down just so you can kind of see the big picture. And then I'm going to go through and tell you how you can set this up. And now let me say this, it's complicated. It's got these little formulas that run in the background. As always, if you've gotten one of my spreadsheets, always you'll first be prompted to make a copy, then make a backup copy just in case you mess something up. Okay. And if you want to go a step further, you can make another copy of the tab down at the bottom and kind of start playing around with it and see if you've got it in the place that you want. Now, how does it work? Over here on the left is where you're basically making those decisions on your time blocking. Now, I'll blow this up here in just a second, so don't strain too much. Then so you can decide on all of those. And then over here, you're not going to type in this category over here, but now this is showing you what your weekly calendar looks like. So how cool is that? So let me make this bigger. I'll maybe make it a hair bigger if you're watching this on screen. So the first thing that we do is you decide kind of here in the middle what your categories are. And you can change the color, you can change the wording here. So I just have work, household, personal, volunteer, health, appointments, family time. Okay. You can change this to anything that you want. So you first create the categories. And then over here, you start putting in your tasks and your events. Now, there's a little note that says, for speed purposes, avoid entering more than 2 daily tasks in the calendar. Every time the calendar refreshes, it kind of goes through and kind of reboots. So you're going to notice a slight pause. So it's just a note saying if you've got lots of things that automatically get loaded every day, it'll just take a little while for those to load. Okay. You can put the dates like far in the future if you want, okay? Or depending on when you get this calendar, some of these dates, maybe they've already started in the background, but it's continuing every day. So let's just look at one here. The event focus section, you could change this. So I could just call it deep work. Okay. And when am I going to do this? Every day from 10 to 11:45, or maybe it's going to be from 9:30. Okay. Whatever I want. And what category? I just click the drop down, and this is definitely work. So I'm going to leave it at work. And then how often am I going to do this? So right now it's set for daily. So if we come over here to our calendar, you'll notice that every single day from 10:15 to 11:30 is my deep work, and it goes all the way across. Unless you schedule something else that overrides it, then that overrides it. Okay. So is that making sense? Now, let's say you're going to do your deep work on Mondays and Wednesdays. So then what you would need to do is add 2 line items, a deep work. You could put a little M for Monday and pick a Monday date and then say weekly. So instead of daily, so I'll just change this to weekly, then it will start presetting for weekly. All right. Now, I don't know if you notice the little blue up here. So it's reloading that time. Now, let's say that you do something for your health every day. You run or walk on the treadmill, whatever it is. So here's a daily activity. And then maybe you've signed up something for fun. So here I have a pottery class from 6 to 9:30 p.m. It's personal. It happens every week. Okay. You might have, excuse me, you might want to block off, again, using those block scheduling from 12:30 to 2:30 are your appointments, your client appointments. And again, if you meet with clients Tuesday and Wednesday, you would do 2 line items for that. If you had an individual, maybe you have to take your pet to the vet from 10 to 11, you put whatever the date is, appointment, but this time it's a one-off. You're only doing it one time. Okay. Maybe you've planned a trip with the family to go to the zoo. It's going to be from 10 to 3. Again, the category is family, one-off. Here's another line item. Let's say every year I want to make note of my anniversary or someone else's anniversary. I am putting just a little half-hour block here. It doesn't matter. You could just make it from 7 to 7. It's personal and it's annual. Okay. So you get the idea. Here, my cleaners come every week, and from 8 to 8:30 is when I let them in the house and they're doing the cleaning. So as we come over here, again, you'll see that all of these different activities. Now here, the way I have it set up is my client meetings are from 12:30 to 2:30. So it's not the same meeting, but it's individual meeting times with my people. Okay, does that make sense? So, I mean, how cool is that? And then as the week goes on, I'll show you how to change that in just a minute. Your standing items will always be there. So, my Bible study program, my volunteer work, every Friday, I'm doing that. So, it shows up on my calendar. So, are you excited about this? I am. I love it. A couple other things I'm going to mention is when first of all, up in yellow, all this stuff over here on the right, you don't type into it. The system pulls it over from that list that you've added before. Now, the other fun thing is you can have your calendar start on Monday, or you can have a start on the standard Sunday. I kind of like having a start on Monday, so that's what I've changed. And then your start time over here, not in this column, but over here, kind of in the middle, we put the month. So depending on when you get this, put the month and year that you want your calendar to start and what time of day does your day start. Okay. 6 o'clock is too early for me. Maybe 7 is more realistic, or even 7:30. All right. And then here's our month at a glance right here in the middle. And if I turn this off and click on the next week, again, you'll notice up at the top that little blue line. So it's just kind of refreshing. And again, remember those reoccurring tasks. It takes a while for those reoccurring tasks to show up. Okay. So, and did it? It's, I think I had some of my things that didn't show up. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now we're in next week. Here's my morning run. Here's my deep work. Let me come over to my Friday schedule. Okay. So do you see how it just continues to update? Are you excited? I just think this is such an awesome way to manage your time. Now, we're not done. Couple other things. You can write some goals. So ideally, this schedule is to help you stay focused on the week and then maybe the month. So what goals are you just trying to accomplish every week? Okay, so maybe I'm trying to exercise 5 times this week. And if I have accomplished it at the end of my week, when I kind of review what's happened, I can check that off. Maybe I've read daily, wanted a new contact, make a new contact, get a new client, whatever it is, plan the week for Friday, try a new recipe. And all of these you can change just by clicking in here and typing. So those are your goals. And then your habits or your goals here, you can track them. So if I wanted to make sure that I've exercised daily, okay, if I've read today, I've meditated, I've drank my water, maybe I didn't drink all of it. And then we've got some little custom fields here that we can add. How cool is that? All right. Now, we also have an important area and some notes. So we might be running a launch maybe. And so let's say launch emails, they go out, I don't know, let's say May 20th. So it's just a reminder to me to stay focused on, hey, I have to get those launch emails done. I have to have everything ready to go. So you can just write some notes here. And then these are just maybe some miscellaneous notes. So as I'm working this week, let me just say, make a dentist appointment. So maybe it's kind of like a little mini to-do list or something. All right. So let me shrink down just a little bit. So as a quick recap, you're entering your things over here on the left. And the idea is you're blocking out times. And then within those times, now notice I haven't listed every single one of my client appointments. I have that on my scheduling appointment. So it shows that Stephanie is meeting with me next Monday and Allie's meeting with me next Tuesday and so forth. But this calendar is helping me plan my work and also my me time and my personal time and all of that kind of stuff. So it keeps me focused and on track. And the nice thing too is I can add something here that I want to show up once a year, or something that I want to show up every week, every month. You get the idea. All right. So let me come back here. So how exciting is that? So this is something that I provide inside of my Digital Business Academy. My members always get some kind of juicy, tangible tool that they can use in their business. And as of May 2025, this is what I'm offering them. If you happen to catch this video on YouTube or one of the social media accounts and you want to get your hands on this, you could join our membership, or I'll direct you to the Etsy store and you can get your own copy and take off with it. So let me know in the comments, what was your favorite thing about this? Have you used time blocking before? Do you think it's going to help you become more more productive in your business. It's been a game changer for me, quite honestly. I always time block because it's less fatigue in my mind and I can stay focused for certain amounts of time and then I just move forward. So as always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.